a brand new episode of Formula Pod. And today we are talking all about the mega British Grand Prix. As in, I use the word mega because it was definitely a mega race. And today on the deck, we got the lineup of the Mercedes as well as the McLarens. Not the Red Bulls because we banished them to the hell. But still, welcome here, our regular ghost.
What's up, guys? It's good to be back. It's going to be an amazing episode. Uh, just because there was a Mercedes engine on podium, so I'm more than happy.
Yeah.
Of course. And then we got the resident McLaren fan who today was like, okay, Arjun, I definitely need to be there. And she's here after her great tennis workout. So welcome, Vishwati, back to the show.
Hello, and I am really excited that I can be back and I can happily, beautifully say that McLaren did beautifully well today.
Anyways, my prediction of two Mercedes powered cars and two British drivers on the podium, prediction which I kept in the last episode, came out to be so true. I was like, no matter what, it should not be one driver, it should be two drivers, and two drivers made it. And trust me, like, none of us expected Lando Norris out of all
Absolutely
end
not.
up being onto the podiums. Because trust me, this week, all cars which wore a special livery performed so well. And that was a
Yeah,
big surprise for me because Williams,
I
McLaren,
was just gonna
both
say
were
Williams.
just out of the league.
I don't think I've seen Sargent race this well. I don't think. And Piastri was just beautiful. Like, if it weren't for that safety car and his early pit stop, he would have gotten a podium.
No, I don't think so. You're
No,
being too optimistic here. No.
I
He
still, I
wouldn't have.
still feel he was close. I still
The,
feel like
the,
he would
the
have been able to
reason
do it.
the reason why I disagree with you is because, and I mean, there are multiple reasons why, but this is one of the main reasons. His car was not as quick as Lando Norris. And he's also a very newbie to Silverstone. Silverstone is not just about straight lines,
Hmm.
it's about those fast corners
Yeah,
that one person nailed. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but Lewis on the 15th lap, when he was overtaking Alonso, that was a class move where he went inside the line, then he overtook him, then he braked early, and then he took a slight. I think he touched the brake for like maybe half a second. He went inside line. That was beautiful. That showed what kind of experience Lewis has. But Lando Norris defending, he
that
has
was
he had
I
the quickest reaction time on the grid. I saw
and
him
not
under
and
his
on hard
yeah
tires that too.
yeah
It was mind blowing.
Yeah, it was absolutely fascinating to see such a young driver experiencing such a great start. You don't see this
You
any
don't.
time.
I mean, he was leading for 10 laps
No,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
10 laps.
and
No,
against
no, not 10
not 10
Verstappen.
laps.
laps, not 10,
Not 10
not 10
laps,
laps.
5 laps. By the fifth lap,
Okay.
thanks to DRS, Max got
These
it
these
back.
papaya fans, these papaya fans think way too much of themselves.
Oh.
10 laps, my bollocks.
In my defense, I didn't watch the full race because I was out, but I tried to watch it as much as I could.
See, but then one thing is there. For the past 9 races, McLaren only scored 29 points. For the 10th race, they scored 30 points altogether and
Yeah.
just stepped up the game so well. But like, I think Zach Brown was playing so well that, okay, let the Alpines fail this race. And it just worked so well that both
Both
the
DNFs.
both ended up DNFs, one thanks to Lance Stroll. And like, yeah, today apparently the quicker Mercedes was the McLarens instead of the Aston Martin. So for a change, it was really good to see the McLarens up on the front. But it's just that Mercedes is always ending up staying second.
And you know what? I saw an interview of Piastri, and he was saying that he still doesn't have the full upgrades that Lando has till now. So he's gonna get that in the next race. So if he can get a P4 in the actual race and P3 in qualifying, we have no idea what he can do next with a more upgraded car.
See, that's what literally all of us are kind of thinking about at this stage, because this track was in Aston Martin's strong track, even though
Yeah,
Aston Martin is based from Silverstone.
exactly.
Literally,
Yeah.
they're literally down the road of the Silverstone track, and it's not their strongest track. Is basically a bit of a shame in the first place.
Mm.
But like yeah, Alonso also at first was kind of doing the defense move over Gasly. Like Gasly was on, like he was on the DRS zones, but it's just that Alonso was playing with him so well.
I have a very strong opinion, and I think our listeners might disagree with us.
Uh huh.
I think Alonso's glorifying days are over now. But you know, when the whole hype was, oh my God, Alonso is podium, Alonso this,
Yeah.
it's dying. It's
I feel like it's just the car. The car is good this year. I feel like it's just the car and the years of experience that he has behind him. I mean, he's what, 40? He has years of experience.
no true, but I mean, a driver can only, okay, agreed, but I'm just saying Alonso can't always be on podium. That's
True.
impossible because
Yeah.
the way the statement he made 2 races ago was, and I quote, "From now on, I'm on podium." Quote close. This is what he said, and this is. It's good to be confident. Don't be overconfident. You know when there's two Red Bull cars. You know when there's a Ferrari. Now McLaren with their upgrades, which is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. And Toto should get to McLaren headquarters and kill somebody for upgrading that well. Anyway, but honestly, it's a great feeling to see a new team on podium.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's very refreshing to my eyes.
And you need this is what the first time since I don't know a very long time since two Brits were
Yeah,
on the podium in Silverstone, and it's a big thing. And a little moment to appreciate Lando's two consecutive driver of the days,
yeah,
this time with a bigger margin. He deserves it.
yeah. I don't know, but Lando's going for like a goatee that I don't like.
I'm not complaining. I'm not, any McLaren, I'm not complaining.
I mean, go for the goatee, man. This guy looks like my delivery boy in Cook. Look at that. For the listeners
What
who
on earth
don't
is just
know,
happening right now?
for the people who don't know what Cook is like this 24-hour like chai place where we all go around, hang out. So, yeah, he looks like one of the delivery boys. Anyway, but like Lando's obviously like British, but
Feel like it's working for him, so I am not complaining.
I think it's his lucky charm, his goatee, because he's a goat
Yeah,
for the last two
exactly, yeah.
races. Good to him.
Definitely, definitely. I think after what 23 years, we're seeing two drivers or like
Yeah.
two British drivers on the podium, because previously I think it
Was it
was with
23 or 33? I thought it was 1990.
wait, I know it was one driver was this one Damon Hill, who at the moment is
Yeah.
basically just interviewing people. Gotta kind of recheck that. I shall get back on that. But anyways, we gotta speaking of the actual goat Hamilton in Silverstone, he has got 14 podiums. In that 14 podiums, let me break it down. Eight first places, three second places, and three third places. And according to
Huh.
Autosport, they say Hamilton has finished on podium in 77.7% of all F1 races he has competed in a circuit.
Wow.
And in
That's
Hmm.
this
huge.
and in this, I think I've only seen one race in Abu Dhabi last year where he had his first DNF, and trust me, that broke my
Oh.
heart. But still, because even with a worst car, also he still managed with last year also he was P3. This year also he's P3, and like yeah, you guys were here was saying, oh, Toto needs to go and kill someone at McLaren. Apparently, McLaren now has a Red Bull blood in the team in the aero department. So
It's
they
that.
got some insider information, and now Toto himself is being like he needs to rethink about the Red Bull copy,
Oh.
because he's like what you see from the outside, which is obviously half the information, is that the McLaren car looks like a Red Bull.
Oh no.
Because and like yeah, I was just going through this video. I was like, because I'm really curious how McLaren ends up pulling this thing. So apparently even the so it's a combination of McLaren and Alpine's body structure. Okay, so
Yeah.
with the inlets of the Red Bull and what do you call the body flow of the Alpines, because Alpines are also fast. It's it's got the speed. It's kind of got that good aerodynamics to it and all those. So and plus Williams is what do you call the rear chassis, the one where the lights and
Yeah,
all those are
yeah.
there. Yeah, and it's also copied Williams' rear chassis, which actually is a smart move because Red Bull themselves did it, and they're still fast. But like, yeah, at least this is not a race where Max was on a lead for 25 seconds. At least I don't see
Look,
that.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point, Red Bull, I've said this in a previous episode as well, it's the pinnacle of Formula One. It's the definition of a car that we
Yeah.
expect for all the Formula One cars to have, which is true, right? But I think so now that I see it, when Red Bull is winning by a margin, they stop complaining, which is so nice and peaceful. Because when Red Bull was competing with Mercedes, they were on about on their asses since like the beginning, and I appreciate them kicking it back. But like, oh no, well, Max touching the right, the wings and stuff, and then he got a fine for that. And it's Red Bull right now is the best Formula team ever, and they are last race they were 14 to 15 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
What is
I
Mercedes missing?
I know, right? I'm really, really, really curious about it.
What the hell are they doing? Are they focusing on marketing too much? Is Lewis stop talking? Do you realize that? Like
yeah, yeah.
I read Lewis, right? I've read his books. I know how he is. He's not the Lewis he was a few years ago.
I mean,
He
he's had
comes to
years.
podium. By the way, there's a really funny story about the podium that thing happened. I don't know if you guys know about it.
Which
No,
one?
I don't think I heard it.
And please enlighten
Okay.
us.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay. So, uh, the new boss owner of FIA is
The UAE.
he's Muslim.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
Muslim,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And in where circuits in Muslim countries, they have alcohol-free champagne, or they have like flower like rose water with soda. Lando Norris got so excited,
Oh
so
no.
he walked in and he's holding the trophy. And he's coming from the right hand side. Lando Norris doesn't see him. He starts spraying,
Oh
and
yeah, 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 yeah.
he goes like, "Wait, I need to get the trophy." Then he takes two
Yes,
steps
I
back,
saw
and then he
that.
goes like, "I don't know what to do." And then when Lando Norris was like, "You know what? It's my time. I don't. Who cares? Fire on the podium." He sprays it. The guy runs. He floors it. He goes like, "I'm not dealing with this." He ran off. It was the
Oh my god. Oh my
funniest
god.
thing
Oh my
ever.
god. No,
Oh,
trust me.
Oh,
Trust me.
Arjun,
I saw
you
that
called
thing
me right at
yesterday.
that time.
No, I literally was seeing that and I'm like, okay, what? Okay, I saw that guy kind of doing like,
Going back.
wait, I gotta give this trophy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Max. Then you do your business. But then, like, okay, but then they were just savoring the moment so well, and then in
Yeah.
between he comes in, like, yeah, it was kind of like a funny thing there. But then
I think
Lando
Lando
was
was
just
just excited to be
no,
there.
see, at least I think there is kind of a justification here, though. It's just that Lando was just enjoying his home race.
His mom.
And he was like, okay, I
Exactly.
made a P2. And after like a disaster amount of times, because the last time he was hinting a podium was in Sochi. The last
Yeah,
time a race happened in
yeah.
Sochi,
Pete,
where he was
yeah,
like it was a wet race and he just kind of skid off and Hamilton took the place because he kind of skid off and he
yeah,
couldn't kind of get it in. So he was a bit disappointed. And like, yeah, the last one he got it as P2 itself with Daniel Ricciardo in Monza. So it was just that he was like, okay, now he would want to be that independent alpha McLaren driver. And he has got it.
yes, yes.
So like, yeah,
It's
I
just
just he's just doing his thing. And trust me, almost every, I'll not say not all Mercedes fans, but the good amount of Mercedes fans were really happy when Lando Norris actually progressed that
yeah.
well. Because
You remember
it's
I was
just
telling
because
you as to how
everyone likes him. Everyone likes him. He's got that
yeah
nice
he's like
okay, Mihir doesn't like him.
many.
Mihir doesn't like him. Okay, that's end. That's the end of it.
That's just sad. It's broken me.
Tell me this though. 1% you like other than Hamilton.
I don't think so.
oh,
Anyway.
okay. No, no, no. Obviously, I'm joking. I love Lando. Lando is he's a nice guy. He started off
Yeah,
playing games and then he started. It's crazy. Okay, one person who I like other than Lewis, I think it would be Bottas.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, I
because he was
see it.
I'm
driving a
not
Yeah.
gonna lie, he has a cute butt
Mercedes?
cheek. Other than his butt cheek,
Those pictures just.
oh, what? Like he has some energy in him. He goes like, you know what? I'm gonna post a picture of my butt on social media.
No,
I was like, okay.
but he just makes it a point. The photographer just makes it a point that that butt cheek is just so, what do you say, brightened, remaining things all are dark.
There, right there,
It's kind of
like in
there.
your face.
You know what his butt reminds me of? Have you
What?
seen?
No.
Teletubbies. You know the sun that comes up. Imagine his
Oh my
butt
God,
coming up like that,
yes.
and then the Teletubbies just laughing. I,
I see it. I see it. Why do I see it?
you were like, oh, Bottas. Like, oh yeah, okay.
Thanks. I'm a very visual
God.
person, so I have that ingrained in my mind now.
I got you guys. Don't worry.
Wow, 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 wow. This has gone really interesting. From Formula One to Teletubbies now. Wow.
Oh
But like, yes,
God.
one thing is just that Max's next record to break is a title. Okay, so there's a title leading streak. Okay, with wins. So Max at the moment has got 26. His
Uh,
next target is the record which Fernando Alonso kept.
Oh,
That one is so he started the record from 2005 Malaysian Grand Prix, went all the way the uh, till the Italian Grand Prix in 2006. Okay, that was for 33 races. So his next record is to break that. And technically for Max, he wins he's at the moment he's on the constructor champions, the drivers championship. He's 99 points ahead. Technically, all the races,
wow.
if he makes it just P2, he easily will win the championship. And that's
Oh no. I
li-
have people telling me that it's gonna win by Brazil, and I don't want that to happen, but I know it's gonna
no,
happen.
as a matter of fact, Shruti, your dad is a Red Bull fan, right? Or a Max Verstappen fan,
Yeah.
right?
No, no, no. He's a Max Verstappen fan. We're split in our family. My mom doesn't watch Formula One. My dad's a Max Verstappen fan. My brother's a Hamilton fan, and I'm a McLaren fan. So it's chaotic at home. But he'll
I
be more
won
than
this.
happy.
I won this family. Like my whatever. Anyway, this is. I tell people about like, oh yeah, I'm doing a Formula One podcast. Oh, the car that goes around 57 times in a circle. Yeah,
No.
potentially.
On one hand, I am screaming every time. Like yesterday's race, I was screaming and I was sitting there. I was in the club, I was in the gym, and my parents were playing squash on the other side of the club, and I'm running and telling them, "This is the race. This is what's happening. This is what's happened," and it's so exciting. And we really delve into it. Like if there's a race and we can sit at home and watch it, it's just fun. We sit, we watch, we scream at each other, we throw stuff at each other, telling that this person is gonna win the race, and it's just really interesting.
I just want to come back to the race for a second. So, serious talk now, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
I think a lot of people were showing a lot of defensive play during
mm,
Silverstone.
yeah.
Obviously, Lando Norris was doing really well in the first, I think, 5 laps. He was doing very, very good defending. And I think Max was just playing around with Lando Norris. He was like, you know what, let him get some clean air. It's fine. You do you, bro. Like, I'm gonna just take over. It's gonna take me like 4 seconds to like overtake you. So might as well you just take the lead. So in a way, I think Lando Norris got a good experience of what is a winning side or winning
Yeah.
air.
Mm,
And I think this should really make Lando Norris feel like to pressurize McLaren
yeah.
to push to its limit because the upgrades are really good. The results
True.
from a few races to now. That's one.
Yeah.
Number two, Ferrari.
Mm.
I have no clue what Ferrari is doing other
What's
than
with them?
defensive play. They're doing amazing defensive play. I'll give that to
Yeah.
you. They were holding up a few places. Obviously, Alonso was quiet this time for some reason, and again I was talking
Not
about this
even
Hamilton.
sorry to interrupt, but it's not only Alonso. Both the Aston Martins were like, "Oh, go." They were just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
go." We don't want any points.
Yeah,
And like
They just didn't want.
they were just driving like as if they were in a charity event, just doing stuff what they want to do.
I
Like
feel like
what?
people will drive faster there.
I'm like, what the hell just
I
happened?
think I'll give you this. Stroll is, I mean, he's a good driver, but again, we compare every driver to Max or Lewis. So here I am going to compare Stroll with Lewis and
Mhm.
Max. He's not racing. He's just there because he just has to be there. That's one. On the other side, Alonso's actually making little effort. I think Alonso is not. It's it's like with us with cars, or the gut feeling when you're not connecting one with the car, you don't feel like racing. And there are a few days where, a few races, he wasn't connecting, which is fine. One
Mhm.
team I really want to talk about is Haas.
Yeah.
Haas is, it's a good team. I'm trying to be nice with them, but how can a car be that terrible on practice sessions and on
They were
race day when you
they were
have the feedback,
awful this weekend.
when you have
Absolutely
the
awful.
information with you, when you have all the structures with you, you know how the gameplay is. When you know everything, how can you let your engine burn? Magnussen is an amazing driver. Yes, he had a lot of anger management issues before, where he threw the steering wheel. I remember that episode in Formula Drive to Survive. He Haas gave him a chance back because of obviously Russia being involved. Haas cannot do that. Cannot do that. It's the only American team.
Yeah. I mean, it's like at this point, it's like as if they're throwing away the entire thing. They're not making an effort. Even if they try to, it's not going anywhere. And this weekend was just a mess for Haas. An absolute mess.
No, you know what?
Also,
I
but
think I think so. So here's the thing. In the first lap, Nico Hulkenberg actually had a good start. Problem was when he kind of got that encounter with Sergio Perez and kind of affected his front wing. And when he came into the pits, that stop of the entire change of the front wing actually took a good amount of time. And then he's like, okay, now there's no point in racing. I would just rather just go around the lap. And
no,
like,
but that's not the point, right?
but
If you're doing that, then don't do it at all. Because now,
save the engine.
since let's say you have no chance, maybe you have 2% chance of winning the race. Let's
Okay.
just say you do.
Okay.
Okay, still race like you're gonna race. You know why? Because you can use this information for the next season race to see where
Exactly.
things go right and wrong.
True.
Yeah.
That is
Even
my
if you're
thinking.
losing,
It's
just race. It's not gonna
That's what I
lose you
feel.
anything.
You're not losing anything. You
Absolutely.
anyway use the tires. Might as well race till you can. Okay, get blue flagged. Who cares? You race. You practice your moves.
Exactly. It's like we were saying when you learn something, you're gonna learn something. By reading something, you won't lose knowledge. You're just gonna gain knowledge. Like it's the same thing when you race.
If I was a
It doesn't matter if
sponsor
you're
for
gonna lose.
Haas, if I was a sponsor for Haas, I would revoke my company right there, right then. I'll be like, I don't want to sponsor Haas.
They need to try. They're not even trying. They're not going
No,
anywhere.
No, no,
it's
no,
Like
it's
no.
like
it's it's not that
They are
it's.
trying.
Mhm. See,
They are
it's
it's
trying
not
for sure.
getting put into the race. They're not doing well when it comes to the end of it. And there's something wrong. I don't
Mhm.
know. I hope they're trying to figure it out, but there's something wrong, and I hope they do get to it.
Yeah, because see, this was one of the reasons I actually saw Haas not doing well, and because all these episodes which we have done on Formula Pod, I speak high about Haas, being like, oh, with their signing of Nico Hulkenberg, the team has got some kind of what do you call hope that okay, they will kind of do something really good. But okay, now it's not that they don't have the resources. They have got some really top-notch sponsors. They've got MoneyGram, they've
Mhm.
got what do you call Palm Angels, they've got Ogberry. They're actually putting in money to this. So
Yeah.
and I don't just now there's no way Haas or Gunther Steiner could be like, oh, we don't have money because they are not in that position.
Yeah, they're good companies that are putting in money. It
Because,
should go
because
somewhere.
if you're saying that, if you're saying because if he's saying that, then I will tell you got to compare yourself with the Williams. As
Yeah.
how James Wells said, the factory is not up to the standards of the current generation Formula One cars. It is way dated factory.
Yeah.
So it's not that's not the case with Haas. And if Williams could do it, if Williams could pull out a stellar job after Canada and now in Silverstone, I don't know how it's going to be for the future. Haas can also do it.
See, but you also need to understand that Williams is the sister brand for Mercedes.
Yeah.
So the engine reliability comes from there. Haas is Ferrari. If Ferrari is not doing well, how do you expect Haas to do well?
That's
With
also there.
Ferrari, one
Yeah.
thing is there. It's not that Ferrari engine went into flames. It's Ferrari's case. It's just that Ferrari didn't get the strategy right, and a majority number of times Ferrari's strategy doesn't end up right. Like it is,
For
what do you
for the list,
say? Once in a blue moon, Ferrari's strategy turns out to be right. Because it,
for
like,
the listeners, who-
I don't know whether you have kind of observed this when there was this radio conversation between Carlos Sainz and his engineer. He was like, what's plan B? And I was like,
Mhm.
isn't this guy kind of aware of this in the first place? Like, he wants the entire team radios to kind of listen to what's the strategy about. So, like, yeah,
No, I
that
agree with you, Arjun.
it's so I just feel like, okay, the Ferrari engines, I'm not saying it's bad, it is good. It's definitely good. It's just that, because see, the exact same engine Alfa Romeo uses, Zhou Guan Yu and Valtteri Bottas, it's not that their
Mm-hmm.
cars have blown into flames. That's not the
Mm-hmm.
case with them. They are not having that problem. Then how Haas? So that's my question. Because technically, if Alfa Romeo could do it, why Haas can't do it? Because Haas has got, I think, almost 60% of the Ferrari car.
Uh-huh.
The remaining 40% is only what Haas does it internally. Otherwise, it's a 60% Ferrari car. And what's happening there?
Hmm. I look, just all I can say for Haas is I know your budget is small. I know that things are not going the right way for you guys, but I'm honestly really happy for Haas because even though they keep losing, they don't gain enough points, they keep pushing, they keep going on, which I love about them. They know that there'll be one or two times in this whole season they might come on the podium or maybe in the top 10 or maybe in the top 5. They keep pushing, and I really appreciate that. As much as the days go hard on them, they still till date go for every single race. I mean, they have to, but imagine a driver driving for Haas. If I was a driver for Haas, I'll be like, oh, another day. But these guys have another type of motivation to themselves, so it's absolutely crazy. Also, for the listeners who don't know this whole sister company, so Mercedes provides its engines to McLaren and Williams, their sister company, right?
No, no,
Ferrari
no, 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 no. McLaren, Williams, and Aston Martin.
and Aston Martin, yes, I forgot. Oh, yeah, and Aston Martin, yes. Thank you so much, Arjun. And Ferrari gives the engine to Haas. So
And
anytime
Alfa
you
Romeo.
see and Alfa Romeo, how can I forget all of these? I'm just focusing on Mercedes so much and Alfa Romeo. So if if you ever see a Haas die, blame the Ferraris. Okay, that's it must be the Ferraris. It must be the Ferraris. Yeah, just for the listeners who don't understand this, if you have any questions about this, like why is that happening, or why do they do that, ask us questions. You can give it a question on our Instagram page, and we'll be more than happy to help you guys with diagrams, information, just to make your experience much more easy to understand what Formula One is. It's very simple once you understand it. It's like math. You know, one plus one is two, but you wouldn't know what the square root of 56 is. What is the square root of 56?
What's square root of 56?
Okay, clearly. Oh damn. Okay, this is my
Bro,
time. Thank you so
bro,
much.
bro,
God bless.
bro, 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 you just brought this to yourself. Uh, but but like, yeah, just anyways, chop chop. Uh, Charlotte. So there was this during post race interviews. Charles Leclerc had this comment on his race strategy. He was like, "I have no doubts that was the correct strategy. I had a medium, and I know it was better than the old softs. And with the DR strain in the front, there was little to do. Was that true?" I want to know from our Ferrari, sorry, not Ferrari, what do you call our Formula One technician himself? Go on.
I'm insulted. I cannot believe you called me a Ferrari fan, where my underwear also could be from Mercedes. You never know.
Too much detail, too
How
much detail, too much
dare
detail.
you? How dare you? Okay, anyway, coming back to the
Yeah.
statement and the question, could be. I mean, strategies can change from the time you start the grid to see which position you're in or what kind of damage
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have. Because the first corner is usually the place where most contact happens. So strategies can change or they could stick to plan A and B. So it very varies. Okay, but from the statement he said, that could be the thing. That could be the strategy he used. Maybe it was a different strategy that he wanted to use, but he changed it. But
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes I feel like Lando doesn't have a strategy. Lando's main objective is podium. For now, it's a great strategy. No less contact, more racing lines, be confident in your moves. And one thing that I've always seen in Lando Norris's racing is he always goes for the gap. As much as there's risk in it, there's always an opportunity when you take a gap. And this papaya driver, he does it very well. So, Arjun, what do you think? Do you think that what he did was the right thing, or do you think it was a different strategy that he used?
You know what? I was just thinking this though. So Ferrari bringing the cars in the first what 10 or in the first 10 or 15 laps, bring the car
15
into the
laps.
pits, into the pits. I felt that was actually not a great strategy. I personally feel because okay, it is a two-stopper race. It's a one-stopper race, understandable, but you gotta see, George and Nick DeVries were on softs for 29 laps. Softs were performing better than expected. And George was fighting on that softs. This this man from Monaco, Charles Leclerc. So I feel the medium and hard stuff for certain teams it worked as a blessing. McLaren, there you go. But for some of them, it is not the case. It's definitely not the case. Like because all the drivers who were on softs, they were on used softs. Because George Russell was on 3 lap all softs, Hamilton was on 4 lap softs, Verstappen was on 4 lap of softs. So I just feel okay, bringing him a little more later, say around halfway through, made more sense rather than bringing him on lap 15. That's what
I
I
think
think.
what he did was I think it was a very Indian thing to do, the Indian mentality. Oh, if I do it before, I won't have to do it later. So might as well do it now. I think that's what Ferrari tried to do. It's like, oh, yeah, coming quick. So then you can conserve your tires to make it long lasting so you can race more.
Why
That's a
do
very
why do
odd.
this thing sounds like some random tire commercial?
Maybe Pirelli is doing something that we don't know.
Indian version of Pirelli? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like yeah,
We need to
anyways,
do it. Let's do an episode of like
tires.
if let's do yeah, just tires and uh how tires are so important in Formula One.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Anyways, this week is kind of an important week for Red Bull's third driver, Daniel Ricciardo, as tomorrow. So we're recording this episode on the Monday, 10th of July, and on the 11th of July, Daniel Ricciardo is going to drive the RB19 on the Silverstone track. So this
Mhm.
particular drive has got a good amount of what do you call it has a lot at stake because Nick DeVries, I have got certain sources from Sky German that says Nick DeVries could be possibly out before Zandvoort. Before Zandvoort. So before his own home race, he would be out of a F1 seat. And if if Daniel Ricciardo does a pretty mega drive, there is a possibility that he could return to Alpha Tauri and race for the remainder of the season. And with Red Bull pulling this kind of shit, this is not something new. Say
Yeah, I mean we've seen it with
Gasly.
Albon and Gasly, so it's not gonna be
It's
new.
normal.
And I don't know why I actually am wanting it to happen. Possibly because it's Daniel that's gonna take the
No,
spot.
technically today marks the world getting to know Daniel Ricciardo. Today
Oh,
actually marks 2011. 2011 in the Silverstone track, Daniel Ricciardo was first present I think I don't. I don't know whether it's an F1 race or an F2 race or something, but I know it was a car which yeah, it was an F2 race which had Tata branding on it. I know that.
Oh my God, no.
It was a
I'm not
Tata
shocked
branded
actually.
car.
You know why? I'm not shocked actually. You know why?
Yeah.
Because even in Formula E, which is a joke by the way, has Mahindra as one of their main teams.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Wow.
surprised. You got see technically Jaguar is owned by Tata, so
Tata, true.
Jaguar
Yeah.
Land Rover is owned by Tata, so it's basically Indian now. It's British Indian, I would call it.
Mm-hmm.
but still, this particular trial actually holds a lot at stake because okay, Sergio Perez is not officially hits more numbers on the streak for not qualifying in Q1. Sorry, in Q3.
Q1,
So
yeah.
yeah,
In
so
Q3.
a Q1 or a Q2 is the best. Sergio can go with the Red Bull on a qualifying, but on the race he manages somehow to get it through
Okay.
P10 and get like 1 or 2 points at the best.
I don't know what he's eating on race day, but he's doing it. He's doing
He's
it
doing
well.
it really well.
He should eat the same thing for the qualifying.
Because see, at the moment, there's been this conversation going around for quite a while. Like, okay, what is going to be Sergio Perez's situation in Red Bull? Because a lot of people are like, oh, Daniel Ricciardo, but then the Red Bull team, or I'll not even say Red Bull team, Helmut Marko says he is still not ready, and he's like, we got to see everything at Silverstone how he performs in that track.
I feel like Red Bull specifically, like that team, they won't let Perez go because even though he still doesn't do well in qualifying, he still pulls through and gets something done for the actual race. But I mean, like you said, De Vries isn't doing much
Mm.
But
at
I
all.
will say this: De Vries did relatively a good job this race because he was really consistent in the position. He wasn't kind of that bad of a result. And like, yeah, and plus
I
give him
mean,
a good car.
one place higher from
See,
18th to
give him a
17th.
good
So
car because see, Logan Sargent is the best example of it. He was just
true.
not doing anything with that Williams. He managed to secure his best win, P12. A guy in P18 and
Seven.
P19 got P12 because the car was very good.
It was a good
So
car. It was a really
either
good car
give
this weekend.
like
Williams pulled
if
through.
either give the AlphaTauri a good car or else I don't know what to say. Literally no words.
Can I just touch upon one more thing? I think
What?
that's pretty slightly technical on
Uh-huh.
Silverstone. I think Silverstone as a track, it's really good. I think it has a lot of history, and every year there's new events that make Silverstone one of the best racetracks in the circuit, like in the circuit structure. Um,
Definitely. Because
and
they even they because they I think they are actually celebrating their 75th anniversary of
Australia, yeah.
the Silverstone
Mm.
circuit being handed off from the RAF to the racing authorities.
And I think it's good to see that they have two British podiums this year because it would be devastating if they were a Red Bull, Red Bull.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
so I'm really happy with that. And moreover, I think if I go to the technical side, everyone did well. Except the Ferraris, obviously. Ferraris need to catch up on a lot of things. Mercedes, George Russell, he's getting there. I think there's something with his car or tire. I'm not sure. I really didn't focus on him yesterday because I was really focusing on Lewis because this is Lewis's racetrack, and I was trying to see what things are going right and wrong in this situation. And Checo, I just want to touch upon Checo. Checo has been inconsistent for the last three races. He's climbing up. I'll give that to you. But I have a feeling that Ricardo might take his seat very soon.
Again, but
Mm.
I feel that is something which will only come in after tomorrow's ride. After tomorrow's drive at
Yeah.
Silverstone, if they feel okay, Ricardo has got if Ricardo has got the old Ricardo, what do you call
It
soul
would bring me so much
in
joy.
in himself, like he's not the damaged Ricardo, he's a fully recovered Ricardo, then I see him there. Or else I would still say possibly the next season or more.
You know what? Speaking of Ricardo, one more tiny thing. I feel like if he would have been given this car that McLaren has right now, he would have done beautifully.
I would just want to touch upon one more thing
Just my.
that I mean, I so I when I started driving first, I used to drive an Audi,
Mhm.
and it was so good, and I took it for granted. I was like, oh, there are better cars than Audi, and then my Audi broke, and then I started driving a rental car, and I hated that. I drove a Sunny, a Kia. I drove some other cars as well, right? And now I feel now when I sit in an Audi, I feel much more appreciated. So it's the same concept for Ricardo. Ricardo was on the
Mhm.
top team, so when he came down, he was like, what's going
What's
on?
going on? Yeah.
So tomorrow he's gonna take that opportunity. He's gonna smell the fresh tires. He's gonna smell the Red Bull energy that he had before and have a very good feeling. 60% chance to about 70% chance that he's gonna bring it in, replace Checo in the next few races.
I feel like he would deserve it. He would wholeheartedly deserve that spot if it goes well
Because
for
you know
McLaren
what, a lot
because
of fans will
he is
come
an
back. A
amazing
lot of
driver.
fans will come back for Red Bull. Because Red Bull,
True,
everyone
true.
who doesn't support Red Bull already dislikes Red Bull. They're like, oh, Red Bull's already winning. But if Ricardo comes back, there'll be some type of charisma, some type of banter that will go around in Red Bull.
Exactly.
The
So I
charm will
really
be
think
back.
this.
You know me, I hate Red Bull. I hate Red Bull, but I love Daniel Ricciardo. I was telling my dad when they bought in Ricciardo as a reserve driver, I was telling him if they even let him in on a race and they bring the old Ricciardo back, I would just my entire mentality on Red Bull would just flip because they're giving him that opportunity that McLaren did not give him. And when he uses it well, I'm 100% sure that he'll actually step up and he'll be able to do a wonderful job
Do
with the
you
car.
think that this time Ricardo's objective would be to outcome Max Verstappen? Because there was always beef between them. Do you think that
Yeah, yeah,
Ricardo this time would be like, you know what, I want to be the face of Red Bull now? Because Checo is just like he's there, but Ricardo has the mentality of, you
yeah.
know what, I'm not going to be the second driver.
He knows what it's like to win. He knows what it's like to to be in that competitive streak with Verstappen before. So let's see how it
Okay,
goes.
Yeah,
perfect, cool.
we definitely would want to see how this entire saga just turns out to be. But like, yeah, good luck for Ricardo, anyways. Anyways, that's basically the end of our podcast. And like, yeah, we disappointingly went quite long. I because we were just super excited about the race, and there was a lot to talk about this though. Anyways, once again, thank you so much once again for tuning on to another episode of Formula Pod. Please, please, please do like, share, and subscribe to our podcast. Our podcasts are available across all your favorite platforms. Until next time, this is the entire crew of Formula Pod signing off. Goodbye.